Ireland respond to Andy Farrell's comments in the week about being physical, fronting up physically, taking the game to the opposition. And they did that in this game. Mack Hansen with a hat-trick in first half. Ireland with just a dominant performance. Sam Prendergast with one of his best games for Ireland. Jamison Gibson-Park was fantastic as well. And on the other end, Wallabies just showing signs of a season that has been too long for them. Before we get into it, what do you guys think of the game? Who played well for you? Who didn't? Who was your man of the match? What did you like about Ireland's performance? What didn't you like? What did you like about Wallabies' performance? And what didn't you like there? As always, hit that subscribe. Join in on the conversation. Let's get into it. So we'll stick on Ireland first. Like 46-19. There's not much more you could have asked from this Irish team. Wet weather. A lot was asked from Andy Farrell in the week leading up to it about being physical, about fronting up, about staying in the game for full 80 minutes. And I feel like they did that here. Yes, there was momentum waves throughout the game, but Ireland dominated this game. Let's not beat around the bush. Ireland dominated this game from start to finish. Yes, Wallabies probably had one or two patches where, they scored their 19 points, but that was pretty much it, man. Ireland started like a house on fire, momentum, their ruck speed. And I said it in the preview, when Ireland get a roll on, they are so hard to stop. You have to try and slow their ball down. You can't let them get a roll on. You can't let them get momentum. You can't let Jamison Gibson-Park just have his options and play with the ball, because they are almost impossible to stop. They have that momentum. They have the roll on. Their ruck speed is so quick. Gibson-Park has got so many options at the line. Those skip passes, the triple skip passes, just his option taking there, elite. Then Mack Hansen goes over untouched. Just that having options, playing quickly. Oh, I think that was off the quick tap. So the quick tap, they play. Gibson-Park has awareness of space, of momentum, of how the game is going. Reads that really well, and they score off the back of it. Then Prendergast, quick penalty take, spiral bomb to the far corner. A beauty. Vintage spiral. Love that from Prendergast. This is a real confidence move. Hit that corner, Jorgensen knocks it on from there. And from there, they get the scrum and they go bang, bang. Same plays, same results. Quick thinking from Sam Prendergast, put them in the right areas of the field. And then Gibson-Park, option taking, elite behind the ruck. Always options for the ball carrier. And Hansen goes over untouched again. And you're like, holy, Ireland are here to play. You have to give it to Wallabies then, because they did claw their way back in. But we'll get to the Wallabies there. Very unfortunate for Stuart McCloskey that went off early. I think it was the 25-minute mark. Unfortunate, man. He's been, I would say like a horrendous run of injuries, because against All Blacks where he played really well, he come off with an injury. Then in this game with an injury as well. Then to eventually set up Mack Hansen's try, I love this from James Lowe. Put Wallabies under so much pressure, grabs Harry Potter 2 meters out from the line, picks him up and takes him back over the line. They then get the scrum off that. A bit of scrappy play, the ball goes haywire, but Mack Hansen ends up scoring off the back of it. That's big plays from big players in big moments in these big games that then turn opportunities into points. And you have your big players that create those opportunities or make opportunities out of nothing, and put their teams in positions to score tries like that. Lovely stuff, that from Lowe. And then great from Hansen to be there, to score that, to be in those positions. Talk about awareness, talking about just popping up when is needed. Mack Hansen, hat-trick in the first half. He was outstanding. How good was his aerial takes? Just everywhere on the field, just his anticipation of the ball, where it's going to be, where to be, when to be. Outstanding. He was really, really good in this game. He's probably my man of the match in this game, Mack Hansen. And while Ireland were really good with ball in hand, I thought their line speed on defense was really good as well, shutting Wallabies down. Yes, they did leak 19 points, but a lot of the game, they shut Wallabies down, forced Wallabies to have knock-ons or forward passes or passes not going to hand. And that was that green line just coming up and meeting Wallabies in their face. I did like Carl Dixon's decision or a call around that Lowe versus Potter, the head on kind of, or the shoulder on head. He just saw it as not beating around the bush or not pondering on the decision. He saw it quickly as a replay, saw that it was almost a rugby incident, saw that Lowe stopped his tracks before making contact, and then it was just a run into his shoulder. Yes, Harry Potter got blood and in his nose. Carl Dixon just waved it on and said he saw the hesitant there. Lowe hesitated, and it's just play on. That's what we need. Sometimes it's just rugby accidents. Players aren't intentionally going out to take people's heads off. Come on, man. World rugby's going crazy. But we'll wait for that. There's a video coming up later today about that. We'll get to that. Slow start for Ireland in the second half. They get their first opportunity held up, but applying a ton of pressure. And it was just kind of, Wallabies are just holding on at this point. Barely holding on, because then it just broke loose at the back end. How good was Sam Prendergast in this game? Really throwing a spanner in the works now for Andy Farrell come Springboks game next week. Because Sam Prendergast was outstanding here. He's just the confidence touches he had. Running at the line, breaking the line breaks, passes, good option taking at the line, good kicking out of hand. That cross kick for Tommy O'Brien, yes, the try was disallowed, but that was pinpoint, man. And just a real confidence game for Sam Prendergast. It was probably his best game for Ireland ever. Fantastic. He came off 60 minutes with a massive smile on his face and deserve it. He was fantastic. And again, a big question mark for Andy Farrell now going into the Springboks game. Do you keep Crowley there? Do you put Prendergast in? I'll let the Irish fans, what do you guys think? Ireland just ruthless at the back end of this game. Holding on to the ball, patient with the ball, getting around the corner, getting over the front, getting over the ad line firstly, and then setting themselves up, getting around the corner. Wallabies just didn't disrupt their rucks, didn't try and slow down their rucks. And I said it in the preview, you need to slow down Ireland's rucks. You need to halt their momentum, because when they get a roll on, they are so hard to stop. And you've got one of the best nines in world rugby, Gibson Park, at the base of the ruck with elite option taking. His distribution is crisp as well. And it showed in this game, especially for Beard's try right at the end. Ireland going for the jugular. They could have just taken the easy 3 points, go to touch, set the line out. Archie massively gets over that advantage line. And then it's just good luck. But that's for the opposition, is just buckle your seatbelt and hold on. Because when Ireland get a roll on like that, it's hard to stop. Gibson Park again with the options, and Beard back at the ball, goes over to score. Did love right at the end, Gibson Park's cross kick, just precision for Henshaw to just nail in the coffin. A dominant performance from Ireland over a tired and exhausted Wallabies team. We'll go over to the Wallabies quickly on them. Man, shell-shocked. Earlier was all Ireland that first 10 minutes. Just Wallabies were watching rugby, not trying to slow Ireland's ball down, which is super important when you play against Ireland. Didn't try that at all. Their first entry into the 22 Wallabies was line-out gets missed. Their line-outs were pretty shocking. It was a mixture of poor timing and Ireland disrupting their line-outs. But you got to give it to them, because in that there was a patch in that first half where they did knuckle down. They did hold on to the ball. They were putting phases together, being patient with the ball, strong, direct running, getting over the ad line, securing their ball, having options for the ball runner. And that's all you need. It's basic rugby. We go forward first, secure your ball, and then we can start to play. They had good hands. They were using the ball really well, using the width of the field, and it was good to watch. There was a patch, I think it was like 20 or 15 minutes in that first half, where it was really good to watch. But then, just before halftime, couple opportunities that they missed that they could have scored. They did end up scoring right before halftime, but it took them 3 or 4 opportunities where lineouts again were bad, poor timing, and then or knock on, or just losing the ball. Just that last play where the big teams in these big games nail it. Wallabies just weren't. And then in the second half, just couldn't get going. There's no intensity. Execution on their plays were poor. Passes not going to hand. And yes, it was wet weather, but Ireland played really well in their wet weather. And just those knock-ons and those passes not going to hand really do kill momentum. And it's so hard to get a role like rugby is front foot ball over the ad line and momentum. And Ireland, on the one hand, did it really well in this game, and Wallabies really struggled with that in this game. In patches, like I said, we're all right, but then just struggled. And it just shows probably the season is too long. They had the British and Irish Lions, the Rugby Championship, and now this. It's tough, and it doesn't get easier for them because they got France next week. That's a tough one. I will touch on the Nick Frost yellow card quickly. Okay? Very, very interesting. I don't see how this gets a yellow card and an off-field review, and then Springbok players do similar things and get permanent red cards. And this is where, this is not a bash on players or referees per se. It's more a bash on World Rugby and the laws and what referees are told to look at. Because you could have a similar action or a similar situation and refs could have a different outcome on it. See the same thing, but then say different words, and in their head, go over the guidelines that they're following and then come to a different outcome. Nick Frost has taken a player out here, shoulder to neck head area. He wasn't dipping in height, so the player who got hit wasn't dipped in height. The player who got hit didn't even have the ball. And Nick Frost gets only a yellow card with off-field review. There was no wrap. His shoulder was tucked as well. I don't want to get on too much about it in this video because, like I said, there will be a video coming out later today about it. But, man, it's just ardent. The questions need to be asked. Questions need to be answered. World Rugby at the moment with regards to the high tackles or the foul play, the red card, yellow card, TMO interjection is just a mess at the moment, man. And I don't know how, I don't know what, and I don't know why. But Ireland in this one, too dominant, too clinical, too well executed, and probably still left a few points out on the field. Wallabies fans, Irish fans, what did you guys think of this game? Look forward to next week as well. We won't get ahead of ourselves. Let me know about this game in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.